I put JSR in the NBA draft, and about 2 seconds later, he's on the Wizards. And on top of that, we're gonna help him out. So every season, we're gonna upgrade him. We'll go 8 for Kobe, and now we're giving him a plus 15 dunk. Originally, I gave him a 40, so now he's up to a 55. But despite those upgrades, JSR still would be coming off the bench. A highly questionable decision, since the Wizards aren't even that good to begin with. I don't know why they're not giving him a bunch of minutes. But despite that, JSR remained productive, averaging 9 points and 4 assists. A respectable stat line for a rookie. Too bad he's coming off the bench. Pelicans won the championship. Why couldn't, man, imagine JSR paired up with Zion. Upgrade number 2, season number 2, plus 20 to all of his shooting. And this one's really good because he's already at a 71 for both mid-range and 3. So yeah, now he's already in his second season. He's already into the 90s as far as shooting. And those upgrades would definitely serve him well because now he's the starting point guard for the Wizards. It wouldn't be for long though. But some good news, JSR's in the playoffs. Bad news, they got swept. I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't have that much hope for this franchise. Also, Zion already has 2 championships, so we better watch out for him. Let's go 10 for 10 million subs, and now, okay, perfect. Obviously, JSR in real life, not really known for handles, but we took care of him, and I definitely missed that. I have several questions. First of all, I love Jose Alvarado, but why does the coach insist on starting him over JSR when JSR's an 83 and Jose's an 80? And as you would expect, after a questionable move like that, the Wizards were terrible. JSR would play well, but at the end of the day, he's on the bench. That's so dumb. He went from 33 minutes to 25. Yeah, no wonder all of his stats went down. Yeah, the OKC Thunder win the championship. I don't care. Because of how dumb that is, we're doing 3 upgrades at a time. Number 1, max speed. Number 2, that's number 3, all playmaking badges on silver. And I don't know, man. We'll go with, I don't know, 11 for Frank, plus 10 strength. And after all the upgrades, he's now the highest player on the team. So now if we stink, it's your fault. But we also have Bradley Beal and we also have Porzingis. It's fair to assume that this team would be pretty good, and they stink again. Wait, how actually are we this bad? How is this even possible? And to make matters worse, the entire team hated each other. KP, yeah, I mean, he's fed up. I would be pretty upset too. And as you would expect, JSR would miss the playoffs. It's safe to say he's in a rough spot. The next 3 upgrades are going to be crucial. Okay, we didn't really get any like upgrades in terms of attributes or ability or anything like that. But at least he could shoot like Steph and dunk like Jordan. But even after those upgrades, this franchise might be cursed, man. We're not even making money. We're $250 million in debt. And for a 3rd straight season, JSR misses the playoffs. And the crazy part is he just signed a 5-year extension, so he's gonna be on this team for a while, unless I intervene. But before we even think about that, we have season number 6, and I had one very simple request. All right, we have all of these upgrades, just don't get embarrassed. If we get embarrassed again, we're leaving. All right, man, we're like 5 and 75. This team, I don't even wanna look at the roster because I don't know why we can't win on Tuesdays. And JSR's next team is going to be the Indiana Pacers. You know what? I kind of like this team. I'm kind of, you know, it's a little questionable that our best 3 players all play the same position. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make Lonzo Ball the small forward. Even though he's on a different team right now, that's not the last we're gonna see of the Wizards. But JSR now has a fresh start and a change of scenery. And clearly this change of scenery was extremely effective. The Pacers made it to the playoffs as the 1st seed. And round 1 against the Nets, easy, no problem. Round 2 though, up against Miami Heat and the league MVP LaMelo Ball, that was a different story. And to keep things short, it went to game 7. That's fantastic. We're going to game 7. I thought, you know, maybe we could make it to the conference finals without, you know, stressing out too much, but no, we're gonna have to earn it. And at the start of game 7, it seemed like Indiana was in control. They almost went up 20 in the 1st quarter. But after that, it was the LaMelo Ball show, and I don't know what really happened. He led the comeback, and JSR's been embarrassed in the playoffs once again. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. But there was still hope. Out of our next 3 upgrades, we actually had 2 that would not only help JSR, but the team as a whole. Kylan Boswell, not too sure who you are, but I'm gonna trade you for Franz because Franz, he's literally, come on, do the math. Boom. Franz, welcome to the team. And you know what? Michael Porter Jr., welcome to the team, or at least hopefully, you know, he accepts the contract. It might be impossible. And here's an interesting development. That was the final season of JSR's contract. We're 9 seasons in, and he's done nothing. So that's why in free agency, he would be taking his talents to South Minnesota. He signed with Minnesota. All right, we have a solid team. He's also paired up with Jaren Jackson, who, you know, they've made videos together. But I feel like this team is worse than Indiana. But wait, there's more. Because the next season, the Minnesota Timberwolves had no interest in changing the team at all. And they were rewarded by missing the playoffs entirely. So I did what any reasonable person would do and downloaded a bunch of his thumbnails to spin a wheel of thumbnails. And because Shaq's jersey is in this thumbnail, we're going to be adding him to the team, which actually worked out really well because Minnesota ended off as the #1 seed. But for some reason, JSR could not win in the playoffs. First seed has to at least make it to the Western Conference Finals, and they're about to lose again. I can't, no. JSR, honestly, I've been watching you for like a decade, but you might be cooked as a basketball player. But JSR wouldn't give up. He would get in the gym, or he would get in the backyard, I should say, and he responded next season by winning MVP. Please don't get eliminated first round. And they almost did lose. It took them 7 games to beat Houston in the first round. And in the second, he would have another game 7, but this time it didn't go so well. JSR's about to get eliminated in the second round again. He can't sniff the conference finals. He's literally Chris Paul 2.0. I boosted his attributes. We pulled Shaq out of nowhere to help him out, and he still can't win. Miami wins the championship. I don't know what to do. So once again, we spun the wheel of teams, this time landing on the Knicks, which I'm kind of scared about. And he would be paired up with Brandon Ingram, which on the surface sounds really good, until you realize Brandon Ingram's 38. How he's still an 88, I have no idea. It's a miracle. But he probably has like 1 or 2 more seasons left. But JSR would have a really good season, and by really good season, he actually made it to the second round. But after dropping the first 2 games to Miami, it was looking bleak. It seemed like JSR was about to be eliminated again, until he went to Miami and stole 2 games. He would be heading back to New York with a tied series, and of course he kept that momentum up in game 5. And just like that, he's 1 game away from making it to his first conference finals. And wow, we absolutely just 40-point win in game 6. JSR for the first time is making it to the conference finals. We're now up against Philly. I'm gonna be honest, don't know a single person on this team. And it seemed like it didn't matter because nobody on that team had the answer for JSR. He was by far and away the best player on the floor and was rewarded with a 3-1 lead. And going into game 5, all JSR has to do is win. He's 1 game away from the finals and they lost. Going into game 6, JSR once again 1 game away from the finals and they're losing again. Bro, no way we're about to, hold on, bro. Don't tell me we're about to blow. We're about to blow a 3-1 lead. And here we are in game 7 with a trip to the finals and JSR's legacy on the line. And the Knicks would get absolutely smoked. And JSR hits the huge shot to cut the lead down to 21. I can't, bro. I can't, like, I don't think I've seen a simulation go this bad ever. Oh, JSR, you have to explain yourself, bro. 8 for 20, 2 of 8 from 3. The only place we could turn to was the wheel. Bro, just please, bro. Conference finals. But it's too soon to worry about that. We were up against the Hornets in the first round and we went up 3-0. Everything seemed to be going well. So we do it all again. We would spin the wheel, land on Lonzo, add Lonzo to the team. Lonzo, please, man, make it to the playoffs. But before we even worry about the playoffs, acknowledge the fact that Brandon Ingram is retiring after this season. I'm losing hope, man. But maybe that's a little bit dramatic because JSR's in the conference finals up against the Nets. Don't lose to a lower seed, please. Oh, we're down 20. We're down 20. We're down 20. Oh, we lost. Oh my God, this team. I don't know what happened. Also, Brandon Ingram, he's done. He rage quit. And the next player we're adding to the team, we have to replace him with somebody. I feel like I've said it a million times, but eventually he has to make it to the finals. I don't even care if he loses at this point. Why can't we just have a simple playoff run, man? Like, why do we have to be the 1st seed and almost lose to the 8th seed? But it's actually a miracle. JSR clutches up in game 7. You literally scared me for no reason. I don't know why they did this to me. And maybe that's where JSR turned the corner because the second round versus Philly wasn't close. And then we just absolutely obliterate Philly in the second round. But now it's time for the conference finals and JSR would be returning to Washington, D.C., the place where he started his career 15 seasons ago. And obviously right now the team looks way different. Okay, bro, I know like 2 people on this team, Duren and Booker. And that dynamic front court would dominate. The Wizards would take a commanding 3-1 lead. Is it even possible to make this comeback? They're running a play for Maxey? No, they're running a pick and roll. JSR pulls up off the screen, wide open. Okay. But of course I can't celebrate for too long. Bro, what kind of shot is that? Bro, how did that? Well, let's just say it was a good idea to spin that wheel. We're seeing some questionable shots. Tyrese Maxey wide open. Okay, give it to JSR. Okay. JSR on the pull-up, on the mid-range, and nobody's missing right now. And the Knicks finally take the lead. JSR could seal it at the line. He makes the first. Come on, just make the second. Why do I feel like he's about to miss? He missed that. Yep, I knew it right away. Washington doesn't even have a timeout. Just don't give up a 3. That point guard's about to shoot it. Yep, I knew it. He shot it. Okay, he missed. I would also not be surprised if we gave up a 5-point play. Okay, he made both. We should be good. It was now time for a crucial game 6. JSR is right back where he started in Washington, and again, he would dominate. This time time with 35 points. Oh my god, we're cooking them. We're up by like 50, okay, not 50 points, 40 something. And now it was time for game 7 back in New York. JSR definitely flipped the switch. Looks like we're good. It looks like, okay, we made it to the finals. All right, and for potentially our final opponent, we're now up against the Los Angeles Clippers. And obviously, since we're 15 seasons in, the roster's looking crazy. To be honest, I don't know who Kendall Brown is, but he's always like a 90-something in the simulations. And for the first 2 games, JSR was able to protect home court. Is it happening? Is it actually happening? And game number 3 was more of the same. Yo, everybody fell asleep for the first 15 seasons. What happened? And maybe it's because JSR is from LA, but game number 4 also was no contest. I'm shooting this last shot, bro. Step back for 3. JSR, he missed that because I'm terrible. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's over. It's over. It only took him 15 seasons and 4 teams to do it, but JSR's finally an NBA champion. And you know who else is an NBA champion? Giannis. And if you want to see Giannis, but I take away his ability to dunk or take layups, he has to shoot jump shots. You know you want to see that. Click on the video on the screen.